Hey guys, it's me, Meteor, and today we're going to be doing the arena. And this time I'll be doing it with no abilities, no healing, and no blocking, which is pretty much child's play in the arena. But either way, let's go ahead and begin. Just jump right into it. Not going to go over the abilities right now, I'll worry about that later. But anyway. First up in the arena, we have a mini boss rush, basically. So we have a boss rush inside a boss rush mode. So there you go. First up, we're up against Mr. Frosty here, the most pathetic mini boss in the entire Kirby series by far. I honestly can't think of a more pathetic one, but either way, he really hasn't changed his attack pattern up much from the previous games. But either way, he's just gonna spin around like this and back and forth in the foreground. Just grab this star here, wait for him to turn back around. And, well, he's down, so that's one down. I'm going to inhale him and spit him out against Flame Galvaros. I always call it Fire Galvaros out of pure habit, because the other Galvaros used to be called Water Galvaros in Return to Dreamland, although there was a Flame Galvaros too. Anyway, he's going to go ahead and just do the same attacks that he did before, jump up here, and what I should have done was actually go underneath him, but I guess it kind of worked out for me. Gigant Edge is pretty much the exact same as he was in Return to Dreamland, not really anything changed up at all. Except now he has a new trick where he can actually take his sword and have it go in and out of the foreground and background, which is kind of a neat attack, but really not all too threatening, honestly. But either way, he could possibly use his shield, but I killed him too quickly anyway. And one more mini boss here is going to be Blocky. Blocky here is, well, not really, he's just like a staller, basically. Not really too much of a staller, but he has a lot of defensive tactics, and I sucked that up way too late, and I was going to deflect that out, which is kind of lame. He's going to go into the background here, wait for it, and then run, grab one of these, and I should have waited for him to actually jump down himself, but I didn't do that. He's going to turn by himself back around, hit a wall. Nope, now he's going to hit a wall. Inhale a star, and one more should be able to kill you. Just wait for it. Oh, you're gonna kill it off with this attack. Alright, that's fine. And Blocky is dead. So that's it for the mini bosses. Well, at least this phase of mini bosses. And you'll see a little restroom here with two abilities for you to grab. 5 Max and Tomatoes. I'm gonna grab the one at the bottom, not to heal, but rather to use it just so you can see the Max and Tomato throughout the entire arena. And also it doubles as like a heart sensor, basically, when you're low in health, which is kind of interesting, so I decided to leave that in there just to get an idea. Now we go right into more mini bosses. Alright, we'll get all the mini bosses out of the way real quickly, because they're possibly the least interesting bosses in the entire game, because they really don't really put too much threatening tactics in them, because they're just mini bosses. See, look at this. I can hit him 3 times right there, so one more grease to take him out. Just wait for him to slam down. Grab one of these, and he's dead. So, I'm gonna go inhale him. And here's Bonkers. Bonkers is just like he was, actually exactly like he was in Return to Dreamland. He actually has no new tricks at all. Actually, it's not true. Except instead of him spinning around on the course, he actually spins in and out of the foreground. Normally he would just spin around, you know, on the same plane. But this time he actually does it in and out of the foreground for some reason, which is actually less threatening than it was in Return to Dreamland. But, whatever. Then he's going to throw his little infamous seeds again, and, well, he's dead. That's pretty much it. And now there's only one mini boss left. It's going to be Hornhead, which is just going to run up against the wall, get his horn stuck, so you just hit him that way. And then he's going to fly down at you, slowly, so just jump over here. You wouldn't think he would be able to crash moving that slowly against the wall, but whatever, what can you do? Alright, so now that the mini bosses are out of the way, let's go and grab this little keychain here, so you can also get keychains in the arena, which is kind of cool. And now we're going to be going up against Koco. Ooh. I still find it awesome that this guy actually made a comeback in this game. I think it was really awesome. I was really hoping to see him again in the 3D form. Like I said, he technically did make a 3D appearance before. He was in Kirby's Air Ride as like a stage hazard type of thing. But that was pretty much it for his 3D appearance. He was an Epic Yarn, but that was more of like a space shooter segment. We haven't really honestly seen Koco as an actual platforming boss, like a main platforming boss, since Kirby's Squeak Squad, which I think is really cool. And that wasn't, like I said, that wasn't even the real Koco. But yeah, still waiting for his main platforming console appearance though. But this is probably the closest thing we're gonna get for quite some time, especially with Rainbow Curse coming out, which looks awesome, by the way. Not knocking that game. The game looks awesome, and I will get it because it's Kirby. But hey, what can you do? I am kind of ashamed that I won't be able to actually see Kirby in HD, so I'll be looking at the gamepad the entire time. But that's another story for another day. Why am I talking about this? I should be talking about how to actually avoid the strategies of these bosses. But honestly, you might be able to see that yourself here. This move, you're just going to slide on the ground, just grab the stars when it appears right there. I got a little carried away there and just ran right into him. I should have waited a little bit. I didn't grab anything. Well, never mind. I'm just going to go in this little cannon right here. If you don't, you will get shocked, you will get zapped, you will get hurt immensely. So not recommended to avoid that. Then he's going to go ahead and make his appearance here in the background. Try to swoop down at you. Really not too much of a threat at all. Then you want to actually move around to the right hand side or the left. He always does this attack and just look in the air for the second attack. And then you can hit him. He's going to go through this whole thing again. Aha, grabbed one this time. Except this time I'm not going to go in the cannon because this attack you can actually avoid. And if you grab this attack, you can actually take him out a lot quicker. I can grab this star here, wait for him to come down. And Koco is dead, so that's pretty much that. Alright. See ya, Koco. Now we have Coily Rattler. Okay. I really need to not stumble my words, or tongue twist them, however you want to pronounce them. Now, this boss here, I was overthinking completely with my attacks. Like, for example, here I was trying to actually hit 2 at the same time, but I didn't hit any. But there are a lot of tactics I do, which I was actually waiting for another attack to happen, because I'm so used to more powerful bosses, let's just say that I use the same tactics for them against these guys. I really don't have to. Like, for here, I was expecting him to actually jump up and down constantly so I could hit him back and forth. But I realized in this phase he just does it once, and that's pretty much that. So yeah, I do that a lot for these bosses here. I tend to overthink a lot of them in the arena. But as long as I could do this without taking any damage, I'm not really all too concerned. I just wish I could have maybe done this a better run if I was going for a time trial or something. But whatever. Here, he's just going to shoot 3 of those. I didn't actually grab a single one of that. Once again, I overthought it, because normally he could shoot a lot more than that. This time I actually did be able to hit him with 2, so that's good. One more hit and she'd go into his second phase then. And this time I was just going to do it once, so then probably just jump up and hit him that way. So now he's into his second phase. Of course, the first thing he's actually going to do is coil around the slide and just slide out at you, so just float above him. That's all you really need to do for that attack. And then he ends up on that pole there, and does one of the most interesting attacks in the entire battle, I think. He's pretty much splits himself apart. I didn't really have that many segments, actually. I didn't realize Coily Rattler had that many segments. Although, actually it looks like he actually may. I didn't really count how many segments he had and how many actually launched at you. Someone needs to count that up and actually see if it's actually the right amount of segments that hit you. Because I'm honestly not sure. I haven't really looked at it now. I'm kind of worried about that. Now, this attack here, you do not want to get hit by. If you get hit by any attack, do not let it be that one, because if you get hit by that attack, he will completely destroy you and take away half your health. It's not even an understatement. Now here, apparently I got, say, inhaled 3. The star moved slow enough to hit him twice. Alright, that was pretty cool. He didn't even have to go into his, some of his other attacks. So here we have Paintra, Drasha's awesome sister, who may be making an appearance. Actually, no, she probably would never make an appearance in Rainbow Curse, because that's more made out of clay. But either way, she's going to start off shooting these little electric orb things at you. Wait for one to hit down, and then hit her back. Really nothing all too much to concern yourself with here. Now here, I was actually expecting her to, you know, zoom in at me, but she didn't do that, so when I hit it there, I realized she immediately starts her little paintbrush attack, and I got hit by that. Oh well, what can you do? Anyway, I believe now she's going to start, when she does this attack in this phase, all she's going to do is shoot electric orbs at you, and you can see those anyway, so it's not really too detrimental to anything that she's able to see. She doesn't make good use of that in this phase. Then she starts painting these little balls here. Over there on the left, that's the one that's, you know, the most crudely drawn, so just get close to this, try to inhale the stars, and then launch them back out of Paintra. Now, if you would notice here, the bosses in the arena actually have less HP than they actually do in the main game. That has been true of pretty much every arena they've actually made, aside from the boss rush modes in previous Kirby games that aren't named Superstar, Return of Dreamland, or Kirby Deluxe. Anyway, same principle. The one on the right was the most crudely drawn. Just inhale the stars, launch them back, and now she can take one more hit. And since she's going to paint, all she's going to do is just launch electric orbs at you. Which I somehow managed to get myself hit by because I was going to inhale 2, but I just inhaled 1. So, that's that. Now I'm down to half health, and I have how many bosses to go? 5, alright. Grab our little keychain there. And now we're going to be up against, Pyribbit. There we go. Or Fire Galbaros DX, as I've been calling him like 3 times so far. I think I'd probably try to stop that joke. It's getting kind of old. Probably wasn't even funny the first time, actually, thinking about it. Anyway. This attack, you just want to float above, wait for the fire to disperse, grab the star, and hit him back. Don't even bother grabbing this star here. And when he starts doing this little in and out thing, you want to float up and move to the right. For some reason, his homing attack for his tongue doesn't hit you as well in the air as if you're on the ground. If you're on the ground, it seems to like almost hit you despite if you're running or not. I don't know why that is. Programming maybe? I don't know, maybe it's kind of hard to detect where you're going to be if you're floating more. I don't know how this game was programmed or what they were really concerning themselves with. Either way, he's going to start this little jumping attack, which looks a lot more threatening than it actually is. You just have to position yourself to a certain point, and there he is under half health going into phase 2. The one thing I don't like about Pyribbit is that he's always in the background, like 24%, I would say 24%, like 100%, I would say probably closer to like 70% of the time he's always in the background just doing something. I do like it how they actually copied the attack from Magman from Kirby 64 with this attack. I thought it was pretty neat. Don't even bother grabbing any stars, because for this attack right here, you pretty much have to float because the entire screen is going to be hit anyway. Just float above there, grab a star now. He's going to drop down, and now he's going to jump right back into the background again. What a surprise! Anyway, at this point, he actually jumps exactly where he starts doing his little lava things, so just float up, don't even worry about him, he's just going to try to hit you. It's really not worth it. Now for this flamethrower attack to stay up in the air, grab these, and he went back in the background. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm just going to be over here and wait for you to hop back. I think you better die from one more attack, possibly. Once again, for this attack, just float up. I think it's kind of cool how he charged the screen, though, so you get kind of a less view of the actual screen. Either way, it's going to be to no avail, because he's going to die the extremely painful and gruesome death, probably the worst out of any Kirby boss I've seen. Well, that's not true. There's some the most gruesome death has to definitely be Zero from Dreamland 3. Now that was a gruesome death. That was something. Anyway, now here we have Flowery Woods, which is a complete joke. Hey, you know how Wispy Woods in Dreamland, pretty much you could just avoid the little smoke just by staying underneath it, staying next to it, and he dropped apples the entire time? Well, that's essentially what the first phase of Flowery Woods does. It's pretty much impossible to get hit if you stay in the corner next to it. But I'm just going to float up to give you a fighting chance. But really, it's all to no avail because you're a joke. Because you're Flowery Woods. And that's it. Now, going into phase 2, it gets a little more threatening. I like how he actually summons an entire hill just for himself to land on. Pretty neat, actually. You can actually dodge most of the attacks just by floating. Now, for this, just stay in between these. It's kind of easy to dodge these. But when he comes back around, he's going to actually try shooting those at you. I'm just going to keep this in my mouth while I go ahead and just jump above these. Don't try to float because he actually hits you up in the air, too. He's going to land. Drop that there, and 2 more hits and you're pretty much dead. His next attack, of course, is going to be these little razor flower things that I believe you could actually inhale, but I didn't really get a good opportunity to do that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to kill you this way. Just grab one of these stars, go over to the left, if you to shoot your vines again. Hit you there. And then you're going to go over to the right side. And you're dead. Now leave me alone. Yeah. And now we're down to the last 3 bosses. Of course, the first boss is going to be Masked Dedede. It actually has both phases in one fight, so it doesn't split up into 2 separate battles, because essentially, Masked Dedede's Revenge is essentially a phase 2. So both of them are going to be in the same arena fight. I absolutely love how the camera's perspective switches like every time the opponent attacks in the final bosses. I think that is brilliantly done. I've never seen that done in like any other Kirby game. Well, except maybe 0-2, but that was the entire battle was a different perspective change. In fact, it wasn't even really platforming for that boss. Well, anyway, I just absolutely love the way the camera just like shifts. That it just adds so much to the effect of the dramatics of this. It's just I just love it. I can't. Like, you don't really take notice of it if you're not really looking for it, but when you actually repeat these fights and actually look at them, that attention to detail is perfect. I don't think I've even seen that in Return to Dreamland, actually. So, phase 1 is complete, not really anything too difficult. Looks like this time he's actually on the left side, and when I was actually playing in story mode, he was actually on the right-hand side. I guess it all depends on where Kirby's actually positioned, where it happens. Either way, he's just going to do a little spin attack here again, not really too big of a deal. He's going to get dizzy, grab a star, hit him that way. And I fall for the same attack again. I know how to dodge it. I know what he does, and I always fall for the same attack. I don't know why that is. It's like, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I just fall for it every time. I know exactly what it is, how to dodge it. I don't know. Ooh, this attack's fun. Jump, 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 stay down on the ground, and jump. Nailed it! And now he's just going to have one last attack here. Smack on the ground. Run away. Grab 2 stars. And Masked Dedede's Revenge is dead. So, that only leaves 2 bosses left, and I'm pretty low in health now, so you can tell the Maximum Tomato there is starting to like pulse, saying, "Hey, use me please." But no, I will not use it. I refuse to use it. Queen Sectonia is laughing at me. Now, I said before in the actual main story that she has 2 rods, one she uses as a wand and one she uses as a sword. That is incorrect, because she actually transforms both her wands into swords. It's just that the main difference, that moon pendant you see on the right-hand side, the green one, actually shoots out little sparks at you, whereas that wand could actually shoot out electric beams like that. So those are the 2 wands. But she could actually transform them into swords, which is kind of neat. I was trying to hit her twice, but nope, didn't work. Too slow. Now for this attack, just pretty much run. Easy to dodge. Wait for her to respawn. Wait for it. Now, like I said, the bosses here actually have less HP than they do in the main game. That's why I was able to take her down so quickly before the music even picked up into her second phase. Normally it picks up like around when she has like a little ring around her, when she actually summons rings, but she didn't actually even survive for that either to even summon the rings in the first place. Then she starts summoning these little discs at you, of course. They're not really honestly that hard to dodge. Just grab these, hit her there. I'm going to start inhaling before they even spawn. Take it out of the way. Jump up here. You could always, in case you're not sure of what wand she's going to use, 90% of the time it's going to be the pink one, but she actually goes ahead and moves it quickly so you can actually see which one she's going to use, in case you need to find out her attack pattern or something like that. But honestly, it's probably easier to just notice memorization here. First attack, just float above her, grab the star down here, And now she's down to phase 3 already. But for this attack, just float. Like I said, if you stay on the ground to use that, you will get damaged. You will get damaged, not a lot, but you will definitely get damage from it. It's probably about as much as any other attack she does where you get hit by it. But you don't want to get any damage, you just float in the air. And of course, it's just awesome attack again that like flips back and forth from the camera perspective. And I should have waited, but I didn't do that. I'm going to take one of these and kill him. I'm not going to worry about the others. I'm going to let her kill him herself. There we go. Put above that one. And then she brings out her swords again. Run. The best thing to do is just wait until you actually starts getting close and then move. Otherwise, it's a lot harder to dodge. Wait for it. One more hit, and that's it. Queen Sectonia is down. That just leaves one final boss. We all know who that is, of course. It's going to be, well, Queen Sectonia again, except this time after she took over the Dreamstalk. Alright, thanks to a couple of comments from the story mode that I did, people actually told me how to dodge a couple attacks that I had no idea how to dodge before. So I will actually cover those as well when I actually go into this battle here. I ran right into that. Brilliant. I can't even be this isn't even a time where I can even be taking hits to begin with because I'm in pretty low health right now. So it's not going to be good for me to take any hits whatsoever. Now, this attack here, I didn't know how to dodge for the longest time, because for the camera perspective was just so awkward with this attack. Like, I could dodge this, and I could dodge this, but this attack I had no idea how to dodge. What you want to do is actually get in between them, and you actually avoid the damage that way. So thank you for pointing that out, and that actually helps me out a bit to do a no damage run, so that's always a good thing. Or not a no damage run, ha, ha, no, I'm only human. No, a no healing run. And this attack I honestly haven't seen from this phase before, because I usually kill her before then. But either way, I should, wait on grabbing one of those, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's not like they're really all too threatening with that laser attack anyway. And now it's into the next phase. Now, these is a lot more threatening than it looks. I mean, you can't actually hurt the flowers at all, but you could actually just stay on this platform for every laser attack there is, and you can't get hurt. That was an interesting design choice. For this, just float above them, and then float over here again. They don't drop anything for you to grab, so don't really worry about that. Now they're going to start launching these kind of attacks. Gonna get a little closer there. From the land. And voila! Alright, and that should hit you one more time. Aha, hit you before you're even able to move your sword towards me. And now, of course, she summons 4 flowers to attack you with. Now, this attack here I originally thought was really hard to dodge because you could avoid most of them, but one that bounces you have to actually get back on the floor and grab and dodge. But someone told me you could actually just float underneath the platforms like this to avoid all damage, so that kind of helps actually. Kind of a cheap way of doing it, but hey, there are a lot of ways to actually avoid attacks in Kirby games that are actually intended that may seem cheap. I'm a lot better at dodging that attack now, so that's something. This attack here is not really all too threatening because you can easily dodge it. Just stay over here for about 2 of them. Yep, waiting for it. And then for the third one, just float up and avoid the damage that way. Grab this up, and one more hit and you should be dead. I'm gonna wait for it to come down here. Grab one of these. And bam! Queen Sectonia is down, and I just did the arena with no abilities, no healing, and no guarding. Alright. Well, I probably won't be able to do the same thing with the true arena. Well, I can do it with no abilities and no guarding, but I won't be able to do it, I don't think, without any healing. 2006, I think that'd be my last record of no abilities. Now the keychains. We have Waddle Dee from Dreamland. We have Fire Lion from Adventure. We have Allele, we already saw that one. We have Shatso from Nightmare in Dreamland. Bang Bang from Amazing Mirror. Boxer from Amazing Mirror. And finally, we have Waddle Doo from Kirby's Adventure. Well, next time I'll go ahead and be doing Dedede's Drum Dash. So, I thank you guys for watching. You'll see a little medal next to there. And I'll see you guys next time.